Alright guys, Russian Review, Ezekiel, here we go. Straight into it. This one is about CB Strike on HBO. It is a mystery crime, I say drama, starring Tom Buke, Holiday Granger, are the two protagonists. So getting straight into it, Tom Buke plays Cameron Strike. He is a war veteran and he was a military officer in the police force in the military. There's a certain name for it, but I do not remember off the top of my head. And then he becomes a private investigator. He's an amputee as well, so he has to deal with that for the most part. And then you have his, spoiler alert, a little bit of a spoiler alert, not too bad, his secretary in season 1, Robin, turned partner by the time we get to season 3. Alright, and basically they solve crimes in this mystery show. Is more of a slow burn off the top, but all in all, I say about a 7 out of 10. I think it's very good. The writer is R.K. Rowling, Harry Potter writer. She is under another name, like Robert something. As far as you look for the author, it's a what is it called? A ghost name, ghostwriting name, something like that. But it is R.K. Rowling from Harry Potter, the miss who wrote Harry Potter series. The show overall, let's get into it. Like I said, 7 out of 10, but it slow burn. But I think where the show really it shines through is the acting. It's not necessarily the cases, because it's not Midsummer Murders or anything like that, or Silent Witness or anything like that, or Sherlock as far as mystery and solving the crime or anything. You know, he's a private detective and he's trying to solve these cases while dealing with post-traumatic stress, his marriage, his fiance, his ex-fiance, their relationship going downhill. They kind of open up the series with dealing with that, and life as an amputee, as far as Strike and what's going on with him. He's a brilliant detective. He's very good. He's not like Sherlock where he's just great. He's just a good, hardworking detective. It would be easy just to see him as a police officer, honestly, but as a private detective, he's able to move, investigator, he's able to move and do what he wants to do that cops can't really do. He does get help from some, but I think the series is really pushed along, not with Strike, but with Robin. I think Robin is what brings the series full circle and makes it into what it does. So Robin comes in as a secretary, and she has a bit of a past that we don't know. We know that she is engaged to Matthew and eventually marry Matthew at the end of the season. But the catch is, and I'm not too sure how I feel about this, but Robin and Strike, there's some type of connection. And I didn't see that. I just saw them working together. Strike was a bit, standoffish. I didn't really see how they lock eyes and start to like each other. I think Strike was an asshole in the beginning because he has some issues that he's going on. And then Robin pulled her weight. Investigating is in her blood. Not her blood, but this is something that she wants to do. And she puts her foot forward, decides to do it, and she's good at it. And then by the end of season 1, when she just got married to Matthew, who is suspicious. I mean, he's an accountant. He's all about, hey, we need money. We need to try to do this. Private investigating doesn't pay. Like, girl, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to marry you. I'm trying to make you, be my wife. While also he's been cheating too. So I digress. And she has some issues that they dive into more on season 2. But her and Strike have this moment. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where did this come from? But okay, whatever. I'll move aside. By season 2, this moment gets more intense because she feels like she might have made a mistake. And that's okay, cool. You got it, girl. And season 2 was good. It was decent. It wasn't too bad. They're partners. They're working together. Strike is helping her become a better investigator. I felt like they should have dived in more with her learning how to be an investigator instead of just natural. She's just there. She's just doing it, and she's more the emotional side of everything. Strike has been doing this for years. You know what I'm saying? So he's like solid. He cold, gets his emotions over here. But Robin is new. She's raw, so she just does things even though Strike tells her not to do. And I felt like that's the only time Strike was being soft on her. Like, he's always soft on her. He was like, Robin will go do what she want to do. And he's like, I thought I told you to do that. The first season he did fire her, but he came back and got her. So I don't know. I think that's how they express him being soft on her, you know what I'm saying? Just not really holding her too accountable for her actions, really. But I digress. Season 3 is a cold case. Season 3, I felt like they put a little bit more effort into the mystery. It was an old cold case, and at the same time, Strike is dealing with family matters. So in season 3, both actor and actresses, they're bringing their A game. They're bringing their A game. Season 3, I felt like, okay, this is where we want to be. Now, they're both partners. They have other people working for them now. They have a new secretary. I said, okay, yeah, we're here. Okay, cool. We're here. Let's get to it. And Strike is dealing with personal matters. Now we're getting more into his history. We're getting more into his family background. We're getting more into what's going on with him mentally. Over here, Robin is dealing with Matthew and his shenanigans and their foolishness, and is hit the head. And I'm thinking, okay, now Strike and Robin are going to get together. No, they're playing with us. Okay, whatever. Play with us. That's fine. We'll see what happens on season 4. But this season, and they're shot years apart. You know what I'm saying? It's not shot every year, I don't believe. They're shot years apart. So season 3, I feel like, by season 3, they're pushing more of the female agenda, less masculine energy, right? And pushing Robin to the front. The reason that I'm okay with this, and this is what Hollywood should learn, is all they did was kept Robin. She's acting exactly the same, just more of it, and it makes sense. She's dealing with her BS husband situation, and she's getting more emotional, doing what she wants to do. Strike is figuring out her past. I think he figures it out by season 2. What's going on with her, what's her past. Everybody, they know what's going on. By season 3, she's pretty much leading the company. She's the head investigator. She's talking to the secretary. She's talking to the runners who's doing the not stalking, but doing the stakeouts and stuff like that. She's leading the team. You know what I'm saying? She's doing what she needs to do, and she's doing it as well as she can with all the stress and everything that's going on with her. And I said, okay, if they're pushing the female agenda, I like this. I'm fine with this because it's within her character. It's just more character development. They didn't pull something out of the left, pull something out of the right. No, this fits her character. Strike is dealing with the family issue, so he's the type of person that isolates himself, drinks, and it's just you know what I'm saying? That fits his character. So if they are pushing agenda, which I don't know, they could be, and I can't tell. I honestly can't tell if they're pushing agenda or not. You know why? Because they wrote it well. That's why I fuck with season 3. Season 3 is very, very good, and the who done it and the twists and turns was very well, was good. I didn't figure it out at all. I was like, wait, I had to rewind it to figure out, like, how did I miss this? And I was like, oh, I got you. And if I say this is going to spoil it for you, so I won't say this too much, because I think everything else that I talked about isn't about the crime. I just spoiled the protagonist's relationships and what they're dealing with, not necessarily crime. I'll leave that to you guys, the mystery all in itself. But CB Strike is good as far as character development and watching these two protagonists going through their day-to-day as investigators. Like, that's what makes the show for me.